I call it. The Brothers Water got its name from a sandtail. The sandtail is that sometime around 1800, on a cold winter's day, there were two brothers that lived at Hartsop, which is the village just on the right hand side here. And on a cold winter, large part of Cumbria. So they're very much our sheep, and we're very pleased with ourselves. I think the other 4% are in North Yorkshire and Northumberland, but they are very distinctive sheep. So the ones that are closer to us here today, you can see have got grey bodies, and they've got white faces and white legs. So these are the grown-up ones. You can also see a little bit further over towards the wall, there are some which are slighter in the larger length. The fell beyond it is Loughrig. This is one that I mentioned earlier, a lovely fell to hike up. There's lots of walking trails all over it as well as to the top. And just across from where we are now, you might be able to see there's some rocks or caves or cliffs with a hole in. That's a big cave there, Bridal Cave, which is very popular for people to go up and have a nosy inside. It's quite fun. Yeah, so as I say, lots of walking trails on Loughrig. Not too arduous and climb to the top. We've been today, Water, which does still supply the Mancunians. So I don't think that they're going to go thirsty. I don't think we need to worry too much. So just up here on the left-hand side, in amongst the trees, is the only building that remains looking back down onto the Lake of Grasmere. So the fell that you can see beyond it is Silverhound, and in the middle of the lake there you can see that there is an island, and this is Grasmere Island. So I'll just pause for a moment so you can enjoy the vista of the lovely autumn colours. So Grasmere Island is a very, very difficult way to make a living, and as sheep farmers have retired or passed away, not as many of the next generation have wanted to make it their life works to be a sheep farmer. But also there's another reason, and that is to do with the way that the land is managed has changed. Everywhere that you see here is owned by someone, and this, as I say, leads to incidences of flooding. This valley that we're driving through now has been very badly affected on numerous occasions in the last 15 to 20 years by those big floods. And so they're trying to reduce that flood risk. And one way is by reducing the number of sheep on the fells. Basically because sheep graze the grass very close. Water here, the second largest, around 8.5 miles long. Having said that though, from this end it looks like it's only a little lake. And the reason for this is its shape. It is a sort of S shape or a dog leg shape, if you like. We are round the bend here, so it looks quite a small lake at the moment. It's only later on when we drive further on that you can fully appreciate the grandeur. But what we are going to do here is we're going to go down by the lake shore. As I mentioned earlier, there is a cafe here if anyone wants to grab a coffee. It's hard to see because there's lots of trees growing up. So we sort of get snippets of Thirlmere as we drive along. So Thirlmere here was created with the building of a dam in the 1890s. This followed an approach and it took 4 years from 1890 to 1894 to build the dam wall, and a further 20 years for the valley itself to fill with water and the reservoir to be created. Now a little bit further up here, again hard to see because of the trees, there is a castle-like building. And that castle-like building housed the original filter beds through which the water was filtered before it started to make its journey through a pipeline of 84 miles all the way 3,000-year-old sheep. They are, of course, the descendants of the sheep that were left behind or introduced by the humans. Now, going back to the word fells, lots of people, of course, come to the Lake District, especially to go hiking, or fell walking, as we call it. Some, I know, on the bus were fell walking up Campbell's yesterday. And usually, when people go fell walking, they've looked on the map and they've picked out the fells that they want to hike up, and they've learned the names of the fells that they want to hike up, because all of the fells here in the lakes have their own individual names. So, for example, the one. Exactly.
I won't apply then.
No, I wouldn't. Not just yet.
No.
Get a little bit more practice in first. Really? Slightly surprised the car stopped, but there we go. Right, okay, well, we're going to stop here. But not a dissimilar terrain to what we have here. Exmoors are a native breed to the British Isles. They're very pretty, very distinctive, with the lighter patches, particularly around their nose and around their bellies. Come on, put your heads up. And you can also see they've got quite sort of round bellies as well. Lovely little ponies. Sadly though, very endangered. There are very, very few Exmoor ponies left in the world. In fact, rarer than tigers.
Wow.
Quite a lot easier to spot though when you know which field they're going to be in. So they are a very ancient breed, and they're not dissimilar looking to the ponies that you see on, you know, when you see pictures of cave paintings where they've got ponies in the pictures, and they have this this round belly. They look a little bit like the Exmoors. Not that I think the Exmoors are that old, but they are a very ancient breed. So very sad that they are endangered, but great that the farmer here has got his little breed, got his little herd. The grey one standing by the fence, she's just a cob. I don't know why she's in the mix.
Someone's had a fire and not picked up. yeah.